Well, good morning, everybody, and what a morning it is. And Sleeping Warrior has been back. He's out there and he's doing another video. This time he's promoting Sandra P900 Cool Pics again with some footage that she took of the Isle of Man. Now, Sleeping Warrior has a checkered history with the Isle of Man. Quite often, he's always wrong. And in this case, again, he doesn't fail us. He again completely doesn't understand exactly how much is missing and seems to think that he can see down to the beach again in this particular image, right? So he's taken a snapshot of Sandra's video. Now this was filmed, I believe, in 4K, and I also believe it was filmed in infrared. So here we have all the details. Let me expand it a little bit so you can see. So here we have Great Orme to the Isle of Man, and the distance is 69 miles. The target height is 2,037 feet, and the target hidden, bearing in mind without any refraction, is 946 feet. Now then, let's listen to what Sleeping Warrior has to say in his video, and let's understand what his claim is first.
Okay, this is a really quick video for the ball earthers. I've watched P900 Cool Pics' latest video, Do You Seriously Think You Live on a Ball? And I've got a little challenge for you ball earthers that think that you live on a sphere and that everything that you see can be argued and manipulated into a ball earth proof when it clearly isn't. So this is a freeze frame or a still from this time period in the video. You can see it in the bottom left hand corner, and you can clearly see that Snaefell is in the picture. This is now an image of the three contour lines that I want you ball earthers to go and identify. I don't need the name, I just want the elevations of them. It's very easy to distinguish because this P1000, the infrared camera, cuts through all that haze that the P900s did have, and it makes it really quite obvious what we're looking at. So on screen I've got the three yellow lines that indicate the three contour lines, and number one is the top edge of Snaefell. Number two is the ravine in the middle ground, and then number three is this cleavage kind of thing where there's two overlaying contours of land. So there's one that seems to be in front of the other, and look at the lighting. The lighting is very bright and contrasty. It indicates that it's close, significantly closer to us, because the differential or the definition in the resolution of what we can see is, well, it's significantly better than the stuff in the background, isn't it? So it indicates that it's significantly closer, and obviously by how bright it is and its relative position to the ravine in the middle ground and the land in the background, the Snaefell mountain in the background, we can identify this. The problem is, Sandra claims, and I'm just using the image, I've not looked it up myself, but the target distance is nearly 70 miles and the target height is 2,000. The target hidden height, look at that. So we've got a value there for the hidden height. Please identify the land identified as number 3 and its height. And I don't know how you can still claim that this is a ball when you see this kind of quality evidence. None of this should be seen, guys. Yet we see it. Notice how squashed it appears to be on the base of it as well. Think about somebody that recently might have jumped ship, and he jumped ship because there was a conveniently placed Blackpool town in front of the mountain. Imagine that there was a Blackpool town in front of this mountain. I can hear the comments now. Where's the base of the mountain? Well, Blackpool's covering it, isn't it? Well, now we can see that there is the base of the mountain because there's no Blackpool covering it. And we're seeing right the way down to the beach. Oh yes, we are. It's just a little bit squashed. We know it's not the curvature of Earth, because if it was the curvature of Earth, the waterline would have to obscure it, wouldn't it? There'd have to be a wall of water blocking the amount of curvature. Why do we see it? Why is it compressed at the bottom? And why is this footage not converting every single ball earther into a flat earther? What nonsense are you going to come back with, guys? The elevation of this land identified as number 3 can be replicated on Google Earth very easily, and you can all do it. You don't even need the geometry of the Earth to work it out. You can see how high we can see You can see that it's on the coast. You can see that it's down to the beach. Welcome to Flat Earth. This is probably the best Flat Earth proof that I have ever seen.
So according to Sleeping Warrior, this is the best Flat Earth proof that he has ever seen. Wow, okay, that is quite a claim considering that Sleeping Warrior has been on the Flat Earth argument for the past 6 years and more. So let's have a little look. He does say, imagine that the town of Blackpool is in the foreground. So I am going to imagine that. I'm going to imagine that this landmass in the foreground is Blackpool. That's what I'm going to imagine. And I'm going to imagine that the mountain in the background, Snaefell, which is 2,037 feet high, I'm going to imagine that that is behind Blackpool too, behind this landmass in the foreground. Now what's interesting is that you can actually scale things. Sleeping Warrior doesn't understand scaling, so I'm going to show him how to scale in a moment. But let's quickly have a look at what we're going to scale. We're going to scale this mountain over on the right, and I think that's North Barule, and we're going to scale Snaefell here. And we're going to scale them so that they match up. And once we've scaled them matching up widthways, we're going to look how they look depthways too. And we're going to see whether or not any of, well, let's say Snaefell is hidden behind Blackpool, because he wants us to pretend that this is Blackpool. So we're going to pretend that this is Blackpool. Let's see how much of Snaefell is hidden behind Blackpool. Let's have a little video that might answer that question. So this is an image of Snaefell. This is down to the beach here, obviously. This is the water, this would be the beach, and then you've got elevations all the way up to the top of Snaefell, which is 2,037 feet. Over on the right, we would have North Barule. Right, let's just play an overlay to see how much of Sandra's imagery, once scaled, matches up to the actual map of this mountain range. Here we go. Well, well, well. well. It does look to me as if North Barule and Snaefell clearly seen and scaled to size, and the width is absolutely fine, but the height, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem with the height. That would mean that we're not actually seeing down to the beach. And by how much aren't we seeing down to the beach? Well, let's have a look.
And we're seeing right the way down to the beach. Oh yes, we are. It's just a little bit squashed.
So what I've done here is I've taken a still shot of the still shot, and we've got the overlay on the overlay, and I've scaled a ruler to 2,037 feet, which would be representative of Snaefell. And the original image of Snaefell, which would be here, all the way down to the bottom there, that's 2,037 feet. Now, obviously, in Sandra's image, we are cut off to this point here, and that scales at around about 500, 600, 700, about 720 feet, I would say, as a rough guess, using the imagery that we have on screen right now. So, yeah, that would be a pretty accurate guess, I think. We are certainly not seeing down to the beach.
And we're seeing right the way down to the beach. Oh yes, we are. It's just a little bit squashed.
And one last thing, let's check the Earth curve calculator. So here we have the Earth curve calculator. Distance in miles, 69 feet. Viewer height, 655 feet. Now then, the geometric hidden is 945 feet. And the refracted hidden is 706 feet. So pretty much anywhere between those two values is absolutely perfect for a globe on any normal day. And I've just scaled it down to 720 feet of missing. So I have no idea why Sleeping Warrior seems to think that this image shows any kind of flat earth proof, and in his opinion is the best flat earth proof that he has ever seen. Well, things have really gone downhill, haven't they, Sleeping Warrior? But you don't fail us every single time. You always come up with a load of bollocks for us to debunk.
And we're seeing right the way down to the beach. Oh yes, we are. It's just a little bit squashed. This is probably the best flat earth proof that I have ever seen.